Hey, my friends, welcome to my page, DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Friday, TGIF, guys. We made it. It's been a rough week in many ways. I'll tell you all about it in just a short while. So, when you're hopping on, just go ahead and say hello so that I know that you're here. If you're coming back and watching the replay, just put hashtag replay. I have my whole watermelon collection. I got everything done and I wanted to just show you it all so you can see how cute it looks. I know there's many of you that bought every single little part of this, and we did already paint the word sander probably a couple of weeks ago. And then today we're going to make this little guy here, the door sign. So, but I wanted to show you everything else. It's all pretty much painted the same. So I don't have a lot of time this morning. I am going up to my cabin despite having a medical issue yesterday. I am still going to go up. I'm going to be fine. I'll tell you all about that in a little bit. But pretty much yesterday was spent in 4 different medical appointments, and life goes on. Life goes on. So anyways, guys, how are you? Happy Friday. Glad it's a long weekend. I have a lot to accomplish this weekend. I will drive up to my cabin about 9 o'clock-ish. That way I'll miss the morning traffic and then hopefully not hit a lot of the afternoon traffic up in the LA area. Not really LA, San Bernardino County, Riverside. So anyways, this is the collection. What do you guys think? It's so cute. Let me go ahead and put comments on it, share to VIP, and then we'll get started and we'll have a little chat. Hope you all are going to have a great weekend. I know I am. Oh, my cameras keep changing. I hit it with my phone. Let me just go ahead and find myself on my page. Sometimes it doesn't pop up right away. All right, there we are. Okay, so share to my VIP group. And then let me see who's here. Look how cute all this is, though. And now I'm thinking we need to have one that matches, that goes in the truck. The trailer, it really needs to have a matching watermelon one. I think it would be cute, don't you? So I might come up with something that matches. So let me just go ahead. Hi Laura, how are you? Happy Friday. Hi Deb, my sister. I know, I love the watermelon too. I think they're so cute. But I'm looking at this is like, sticks out like a sore thumb. I definitely need watermelon in that. Maybe I'll pull up, I have watermelon from last year and I can just paint it the same colors. That would be good. So, hi Pam, how are you? Hi Barb, hi Cheryl. Good morning, Holly. Hi Anna. I know, it's such a cute set. It really is. Hey Laura, going to the greenhouse this weekend to get your plants, your garden plants. Nice. That's awesome. I love that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you all this. And then while we're painting, I will tell you about my little medical issues yesterday. Because, you know, I just can't get enough. I can't catch a break this year. It's okay though. Everything will be fine. It was a little scary, but guess what? Guess what? I'm one tough cookie, and I also listen to my body. That's the key thing. Okay, so let me show you everything. So here is, let me just reach up here. I know I probably should do it from the back first, but I think I'm going to get things out of the way. I wish I had up here, I don't know if I have something on my wall. This is the garland. Look how cute that is. I love this. I wonder if I can just hang it. I'm going to just hang it up here. It's not going to be exactly even, but it's going to look really cute right up there on my wall. You can barely see it, but that's okay. And then we did the word sander the other day. I'm just going to take things off one at a time as I show you. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Hi, Deborah. I guess I'll just set them over here. This is what we're going to make today. So I'm going to keep this close. I'm going to show you how to make this. This is the door sign. It's not huge. It has a lot of pieces. It does take up a lot of pieces. My phone's ringing already. I'm like, oh, and it quit. Okay, my home phone. So, and then we have the trio, the signs, the trio signs. Okay, so you can purchase them with just the easels, or you can get them with the cute little frames. Now, with the frame, this just pops out. I know at my craft show, I I need to tell people that they're changeable. But yeah, it just pops out. Look how cute that is. I love this. Hi, Lori. How are you? Yeah, I love the scallop part on it for sure. Yeah, it's different. It's definitely different. So, I know this is really cute. The little popsicle, and then the little watermelon. All of these are adorable. They're all on my website. So I do get my files from someone that creates them. And on this one, she allows us to post her pictures. So her pictures are on the website. I'll probably swap them out for mine. Okay, and then this is the decor set. And it has all the little pieces with it. It doesn't have a little garland. Usually there'll be a little garland, but this one doesn't. It has actually beads, and I painted the beads. What I did was I just put a little bit of paint and then put a splash of water in there and put it in a Ziploc and just kind of squished it around and then put it onto paper towel to dry. So they're all the same colors that I used on my little popsicle. And then the little truck. Isn't the truck just so cute? I just think it's really cute. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Hi, Janine. Hi, Darlene Barr. I'm just showing all of the watermelons that we're going to paint. We're going to paint the door sign. I probably should have showed it from the top down. It's okay. And then this little cutie pie. I think this is super cute. Some of these things I'm going to make several of to go with my, in my booth. And then this little one here. So cute. And then this is a new bench. I haven't even posted it yet, but it has a scallop on it. I'll have to post this kit. So there we go. So we're gonna make this sign. Okay, so let me put you down to here. And so we're gonna make this sign. Look how cute it is. I'm gonna bring up all the pieces, and I have ribbon. I have my glue gun plugged in, and we're gonna have a little chat while we're creating. I will update you on my latest medical issue because life just can't go easy for me lately. Okay, it comes with the ribbon. Actually, I don't know. I don't think the kit comes with the ribbon. I don't think that we had enough. A lot of the kits don't come with the ribbon at all, just with the jute. So here's all of our pieces. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it just comes with the jute. And then you supply your own ribbon, whatever ribbon you want. Okay, let me get a board. So my board has stuff on it. And I'll put myself in the corner. How is everybody? Happy Friday. It's a good day to be alive. The alternative would not be fun, right? So, all right. Hi, Carrie. Oh, prayers, please. You're going in to have kidney abscess drained again. Oh my goodness, girlfriend. I am so sorry. Yes, we will be praying for you. I hope that goes well. I can imagine that is quite painful. Oh gosh, I'm sorry that you have to keep going through that. That is not fun. Oh, I think I need this color. Okay, so let me look for my color over here. Are you having that done today? Right, like right now? Burlap. Okay, burlap. Okay. Gosh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you go through that. Hopefully this will be the last time. You will not have to have it done again. We're going to pray that this takes care of it and that you do not have to have it done ever again. Okay, I'm going to take out all my pieces. Okay, this one we're going to have to shade. This white is just white. This one up here, the background is going to be black. And then this is green, and we're going to be shading that a little bit. So lots and lots of prayers, guys. Not fun, very uncomfortable. They may leave a drain in for 5 to 7 days. Oh, that might be a good idea just to keep it going. Gosh, that's hard. I'm sorry. Good morning, Cynthia. How are you? Okay, we're going to start painting. Let's just start at the top. So we have white and then black. Okay, so that, like I said, this is what we're painting. We're going to attempt to make it look just like this. So, okay, so let me talk to you a little bit about what I had going on yesterday, which was not fun. So I have had like a pain in the back of my right calf, and I kept thinking any day there's going to be a bruise because it either felt like I had to have had a Charlie horse during the night that I didn't wake up to, have you ever had a Charlie horse and you vaguely remember it? Sometimes I'd get a Charlie horse on the side of my leg and wake up and hardly be able to walk. But anyways, the back of my calf was sore and I kept thinking, did I hit it? Is there going to be a bruise? And I remember it starting, I remember it on Tuesday, but my sister might have remembered me talking about it on the weekend. So anyways, the earliest that I remember talking to Tara about it was on Tuesday, that I don't know what I did to my calf, but I feel like there's going to be a big old huge bruise on it soon. So yesterday morning, I when Tara got there, I says, "Will you just look at my calf because it just feels weird and it feels swollen." And she looked at it, she goes, "It looks like there's a rash on it." And I was like, "Well, that's really weird." And I touched it and it was hot. So my calf, it didn't ever turn purple or anything. It didn't ever bruise out like I thought it would. But it was definitely swollen and hot. And so I'm like, well, maybe I got some weird infection. And she said, well, Wesley, my son, Wesley always just gets in at the Target clinic, and you can usually get in the same day instead of having to go through urgent care at Kaiser. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. Maybe they can just give me some hydrocortisone and I'll be on my way and everything will be just fine. So I looked it up. I did all my black stuff now. My crow's black and my seeds are black. So I went online and I was able to get an appointment at the Target clinic within a few minutes, within 45 minutes. So I headed over there and I go in and he said, "I can't do anything for you. I need you to go to the Kaiser clinic and do some blood work because I don't think it's a rash. I think it's a DVT." And I'm like, okay. And I had told him, I said, I've been traveling. I went to Africa. I was on the plane a long time. I did use compression socks on the way there, but it left a line, so I didn't wear them on the way back. And he said, okay, well, we need to rule out that it's not a DVT. And I was like, okay, so we'll go do the blood work, and then if I have to go through urgent care to get hydrocortisone cream because it's just a rash, then I'll do that. So he had the lab work already set up. So when I got over to Kaiser, they did the lab work and it was stat. So that meant that the results were going to be done within an hour. And they said, you have to sit here and wait for us to get the results done. And we'll come out and we'll tell you if it's negative, then you are free to go. If it's positive, then you're heading over to the emergency room. Well, no, they're heading over to have vascular testing done where they do an ultrasound. So I'm not looking at comments yet. I'll look in a minute. So anyways, I let my husband know what was up because at that point I hadn't even told him that anything was going on. I had just headed out and I thought, it's probably just some need hydrocortisone cream, probably going to clear it right up. Anyways, I let him know what's going on and that, there's a possibility that I might be heading over to the hospital to get vascular testing done if it shows anything. So I'm waiting, and the lady comes out. She goes, well, you know what? It's positive for a DVT, but that doesn't mean, no, she didn't say that. She says it's positive, which it was the D-dimer test. So it could indicate a DVT. Not always. Sometimes it just means there's inflammation. So she said, you're going to go over to the hospital and you're going to have the vascular testing done. And then if it's nothing, you can go home. So I go over to the hospital and they had an appointment for me right away. Like I got there and I was seen 5 minutes later. So Yeah, blood clot, DVT, blood clot. Oh, my sister says yes, it was earlier than Tuesday. Okay, yeah, because I just recall feeling the pain and talking about it to my daughter-in-law about it on Tuesday. Anyway, so I get to the appointment and I tell the tech what I've been doing and that my flight was on the 2nd. It's been a few weeks now. She goes, that doesn't matter. She said that you can have a, okay, I'm going to do this. So this was, sorry, my colors, deep ochre. This was milk chocolate. This is alizarin crimson. This was burlap. Okay, she says you can get a DVT weeks later, like even 3 to 4 weeks later after traveling because your blood vessels constrict. So, and it's called deep vein thrombosis. It's a blood clot deep within your vein. So she was doing, we talked a long time. My ultrasound took a very long time. She was very thorough, and she said, everything looks great except for this area down on your calf. And I go, well, that's where the pain is. And so I need to bring another tech in to take a look at it. And so she brought someone else in who was probably like her supervisor. And he said, yes, it's definitely a clot. The clot is about 2 inches long and we do have to treat it. So I'm going to put you in this wheelchair and I'm going to wheel you over to the emergency room and you'll go through emergency and they will prescribe a blood thinner for you and everything's going to be fine. We do this all the time. You don't need to worry. Blood clots happen and you're not going to die from this. You caught it and it didn't break into pieces and cause a stroke. So you're going to go on to blood thinners for a while. And so I head over to the emergency room and I have to wait in the line. I'm like, there isn't a fast pass here. Yeah, I was asking him. It's like, there's not a fast pass. And he's like, no, unfortunately not. We have to wait our turn too. So I waited and waited. It must have been like almost an hour waiting. And there were crazy people in the emergency room. As you know, there always is. And he had to leave at one point. So I'm just sitting there in my little wheelchair, just waiting my turn. I got checked in and then I'm waiting for a room. Took longer for the room. So probably an hour and a half later, I actually got back to a room. The doctor came in and said, yes, you do have a blood clot and we'll be putting you on this medication for 3 months to dissolve it. And everything is going to be fine. But you just have to go on the medication and you can't do any type of physical activities. You can't do anything where you would hit your head because you'll be at risk for a brain bleed. Anyways, I'm like, okay, all right. And I said, can we make sure that the medication doesn't have corn in it or wheat or soy as the binder? So he had to actually go over to the pharmacy. He went and talked to the pharmacist because he knew that I had anaphylactic reactions to those items and made sure that that was not in the pill. And he also said, we're going to have you try the medication. You'll pick it up at the pharmacy and we'll have you try it right then and there and make sure you're not allergic to it. So he said, but I need to draw blood work, make sure your kidneys are good, your liver's good and all of that. So I got to get poked again. And it was funny because the nurse was poking me and I go, oh, is this your first blood draw? I was teasing him. He goes, oh, can you tell? It was kind of hilarious. So they took like 5 more tubes of blood. And then, of course, you have to wait for the blood test to get back. And the blood test came back. Everything was fine. So moved forward to going and picking up my medication at the pharmacy. Double checked that it didn't have corn, wheat, or soy as a binder. And then I sat there and took one and waited the 20 minutes. And while I was waiting the 20 minutes, the ER doctor actually called me to see how I was doing. I thought that was just so kind that he's like, I just called to check and see how you're doing. I knew it was probably during the middle of you taking the medication. I want to make sure you didn't have a reaction. I thought that was just the nicest thing. Because You know, they don't normally do that, but he knew my concern. He knew that I had epi in my purse. So I didn't want to have to use it, but I would if I needed to. So this color is vintage pink. Sorry, this is aloe vintage pink. Oops, I just painted the wrong thing. Hello, Darlene. Will you just pay attention to what you're doing? This is not supposed to be red. This is brown. So let me look at comments and catch up with that. But that's what's going on in my life. I have a blood clot in my calf, and it is painful. It's actually painful. So I asked him, Mrs. Why does it hurt? Because it feels like I bruised my leg. And he said, your blood clot is right on top of the muscle. So you are feeling it because it's on top of the muscle. It's 2 inches long. Until it completely dissolves, you'll probably have pain there. I'm like, okay, as long as I know why I'm having the pain, that's good. Okay, so deep ochre, milk chocolate, alizarin crimson, burlap. Okay, so yeah, so it was scary. Yeah, you could have a brain bleed if you hit your head. So yeah, I'm glad I caught it early and didn't have a stroke, because that's what happens when you have a blood clot and it decides to break loose, and you can have a stroke from it. So you can die, or you can just, like, I could just be sitting here and not be able to communicate with you guys, and only be able to paint, or not be able to use my hands, or not be able to walk. So I'm not being dramatic about it. I'm just being real, that I'm very grateful that I listened to my body, and my daughter-in-law pushed me. She's like, you need to go have that looked at. She goes, I just Googled it and it could be a blood clot. I'm like, okay, I'm going. She literally pushed me out the door, said, you need to go now. I think she just didn't want to have to take care of me. So anyways, it's not a laughy matter, but in a way, I'm just grateful everything turned out the way it is. I'll be on blood thinners for 3 months, and as long as it takes care of it, and I don't have any other blood clots come up during that time, then that will be it. They'll decide that it was a one-time thing and was either caused by traveling for so many hours, and I did get up and walk around, but still it can be a problem having long flights like that. Or it could be from COVID. COVID actually puts you at risk for having blood clots. COVID does a lot of weird things to people. So anyways, I'm glad that I'm okay. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of shading and stuff on the green and the pink watermelon part. Okay, everything else can just stay the way it is. We'll ink edges and all of that. So as you can see on this, I have done some shading, and that's with the alizarin crimson on the pink, and then I used a different green before, but I'm just going to use Hauser medium green because I don't have the other green in here. So I need to dry this just a little bit more. So guys, listen to your bodies. If you think that something's going on and something's not quite right in your body, it probably isn't. Listen to it, go to the doctor. And here's the thing. I mean, we had just got John's MRI paid off because our deductible was a lot higher than what they initially told us. We just got that paid off. I just had Sophie to the vet. So I'm like, I'm not prepared to pay the $500 deductible. Honestly, I was not. She's like, well, all deductibles are due at the time of service. I'm like, well, can you just send me a bill? She goes, we don't do that. We either bill people or we write it off. I'm like, oh, how do I get it written off? And not even thinking that I would qualify or anything. I didn't know that hospitals actually did that. She goes, well, you can apply. I'm like, well, I probably don't qualify. And so she had me apply anyways, but she said, but there we go. So if I don't qualify to have my deductible removed, then they'll send me a bill. I'm like, that's what I wanted in the first place. I just want a bill so I can make payments on it. Okay, so I'm just doing the edges. I just want to have a little bit of this paint on there. I'm not doing like a true shading, and then I'm just going to kind of spread it. And then I'll probably go back and I'll add a little bit of the other green in there. just like that. Actually, I think it's going to be fine. I want some of the light green to show. If there's not enough, you can just add a little bit of it back in. Like if you got a little crazy and put too much. So that's all I did with it. I just kind of did a weird little shading on the edge. So let me see. Be very careful when you're on the blood thinner. Your dad's on any sort of small cut. He bleeds light. Okay, yes. And Marilyn says you had a blood clot in your leg 10 years ago. Had to have it removed. Started in your calf, and in a few days it traveled up to your... Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So you're on it for AFib. It's probably the same type of one because they said that they use it for AFib. I can't remember what the name was. Let me look and see. Xarelto. XARELTO. It is for AFib and for blood clots. I will be going to my cabin. I will not be going up on the roof. Okay, so I won't be climbing the ladder. I will just be doing the weed eating. I will have long pants on and my my shoes and all of that. So long sleeves. So I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm going to be really careful. It also means that I can't go to Disneyland and go on rides during this time to be jostled around a lot. So I don't want to have excessive bruising, which I do bruise easily to begin with. Okay, so I'm just kind of putting some of this alizarin crimson in here. If I get too much, I'll put more of the other color. Okay, I kind of like it just like that. So yeah, I am going to be really careful. Hopefully this is a one-time thing. And it will take a few days for it to kick in. So it's not like my blood's going to get thin after just one day. So I do have to be careful about stuff. You're on Eliquis. Any ideas for next month's kit? Yes. So next month's regular kit is going to be patriotic. So next month is June, and so we always prepare for the following month. So the following month is July. So next month's everyday kit will be patriotic. And we have some really cute ideas for it. Tara and I are already figuring that out. I'm excited about it. I'm not taking it up to paint. I have my little paint projects ready to go. So I will be driving to my cabin, and I will be pretty much most of the time just painting and watching movies, relaxing. And then I will be doing tomorrow morning. I'll get up early. I will weed eat probably the front yard or the backyard. I'll do one of them one day, and then the next day I'll do the next. I'm not going to push myself. I'm going to just do what I can. I have to do the beak and the eyeball, so I need to do that. My beak is going to be the deep ochre. So it was a full day. I came home. I came home from my appointment. I got home about, I'm going to say probably 4:30. I was exhausted. I laid on the couch with the dogs, and it hurts if they're on my leg at all. So I have to be really strategic about how I'm laying and not allowing them to get on my calf. It's really sad. Oh, I need to put little white dots on here too. So I put little white dots on my seeds. So we may as well do that now too. We'll do the eyeball. Okay. And then we're going to do our dots on our seeds. I do 4 dots. So I go dot, 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 dot. This is with my stylus. Styluses they're just called a stylus. And it has the little round ends on it. You can get them. Sometimes Dollar Tree has them, or you can get them in the paint section at Michael's. Okay, so let's dry all that. Let's try that. Happy Friday. I know, I'm so happy that it's Friday, Denise. It's been a long week for me. A lot has happened at work. I have a lot of paperwork to do, but I am going away. My One of my supervisors, the boss's wife, said, "You're not working this weekend. You need to either relax or you need to go up to your cabin like you planned." She says, "I don't want you to just continue working. You need a break." I'm like, I know. We all need breaks, right? We all need to take some days off. So I will be up at my cabin. I'll either be going home on Monday or Tuesday morning early. Sometimes I just get up and go early. Okay, let's see. This one doesn't have paint. So let me go ahead and take this off. So anyways, that was my little fun medical issues yesterday. It's never fun to go through that. Never, ever, ever. But if I can help educate people and tell people if you're here's the thing. Here's a sign that you might have a blood clot in your leg. If one of your legs swells a lot larger than the other one, then you need to go in and get it looked at. If it's hot, then it could be a blood clot. I thought mine was an infection or a rash, but and it could have been, but it wasn't. So just make sure that you have it checked, because just me going to I went to Target clinic first, and they're like, we can't do anything for you. You need to go get blood work done. They don't do blood work there. I didn't know that. Well, they might do blood work, but it doesn't get back stat, which is what I needed. So anyways, if you think there might be something wrong, go get it checked out. Make sure that you take care of yourself. So, okay, let me go in a little bit closer. That's pretty far away. So you can kind of see what I did. It's kind of random with the colors on there, but I like it like that. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to ink the edges on everything. And then we are going to tie a cute little bow with raffia and 2 different colors of ribbon. I don't always have ribbon for you guys on every project. I don't think this one included ribbon. It's just the way it is. Sometimes we don't have ribbon. I have been trying not to buy the great big rolls of ribbon unless I have a project in mind. So that's what's going on. I have a whole bunch of the window kits ready for me to take up to the cabin. And then I also did, for ornaments, I'm taking the little trailer ones. Oops. Somehow that got on there. I hope that is underneath. Oh, I think it was. Okay. So I'm taking the trailer ornaments that I showed you to make, I don't even know how many I have. I probably have like 20. Maybe more. I don't know. 20 or 25. And then also the Raggedy Ann and Andy ornaments. So I'm doing 10 of each of those. I probably am taking way too many projects, but I'm like, I don't want to run out of projects and not have something to do, because then all I would do is just sit there and watch TV and relax the whole time. Which I like to do something. You should get a pair of compression hose to wear when you travel. I do have them. So I have them, but the problem is that my legs are fat, and they are so tight that they left marks on my legs. And so I did wear them on the way over to Africa, and I had a great big old line, and I thought, well, that's probably not good. That's probably shutting off the blood flow. So on the way back, I didn't wear them. So, and that could be my downfall. I probably just need to find plus size is what I need to do. Yeah, I had purchased, I knew that I had issues with the women's size of compression socks. I've always had fat legs. That's just the way it is. That's my mom was that way too. So it just runs in the family. So anyways, I bought the man size thinking, oh, this will work, but it was still tight. And they're supposed to be tight, but not as tight as these were on my legs. They were way too tight. So there's a good thing about the compression socks, but being too tight can cause issues. So I don't know what my solution is. I don't know if the solution is that I start taking aspirin, you know, a few days before I travel, because I used to take aspirin before I would go up to my cabin so that I didn't get elevation sickness. And then all of a sudden, I didn't need to do that anymore, because I used to get really sick going up to the cabin. Just the elevation change on every weekend would give me big headaches. And so I would be proactive and take aspirin for a couple days before. I don't know if that's the solution, is to take aspirin to use basically as a blood thinner beforehand. It might be what I have to do. So anyways, we're getting this done. I would use a sponge. I should have used a sponge so I could get the edges, but it will be fine. I'm just getting a little bit on there. Yeah, I usually use a sponge for these type of things. Okay, and then this just fits right down in there. And then this is next. It's like a puzzle. It just all fits together like a puzzle. So I went to bed early because I knew that I'd be traveling today. So I feel really good this morning. And if I have to pull over and rest for a bit, I will. I am taking Darcy. And okay, so this goes about right here. I'm taking Darcy and Sophie. So they will be my little companions for the weekend. They're really good. Oh, you know what? That needed to have jute in it. Let me take that off. And I hope I have some thin jute. I do. Okay, so I need to tie a bow with jute. Okay, so let's try that again. So I'm just going to thread the jute through. And so I thought I was doing everything correct, but they said it's possible that this was actually from getting COVID right after I got home, because COVID makes people, their blood clot differently. Did you know that? So when you have COVID, you need to also be aware and watch for blood clots. I didn't know that. Now I do. Now I know. So having a double whammy back to back was not a good thing for me. My body just has been through a lot. I'm glad I'm immune though. And gosh, it was really sad in the waiting room. There was this lady that came in, and she obviously was, I think she was homeless, and she came in by ambulance, and she wasn't happy to be there. She was a very unhappy person, yelling and screaming in Spanish. That what I could make out was that she wanted her shoes and she wanted them now. So I guess her shoes might have got left in the ambulance. I'm not sure what happened, but oh my gosh, she was raising heck. She was yelling and screaming. They had to keep trying to calm her down, but I don't know if she was a druggie or if she just was unhappy because she didn't have her shoes. I felt bad for her. Okay, there, that goes right there. Okay, so I'm thinking because there's the jute right there, I probably need to use my glue gun for this part to glue it on so it stays, because it's kind of bumpy. Thank you so much. How do you get this project? Okay, I'll get you the link. Let me get you the link. I know I usually have that already, but guess what? I'm just talking. I'm telling my story. So I get carried away with that. I need to get another glue stick. Okay, there's the glue sticks. I'll get you the link for this one kit. I have I showed all of the other little watermelon things that go with it, and it'll be in the same section. So let me do that. Let me find this so I can get you the link. All right, so, okay. It's hiding from me. It's hiding. Okay, so watermelon. Vintage watermelon. door sign. Okay. All right. So I am going to give you that link, and in that same section is all the other things that go with this. So there's the link, and we have our sale going on. So there's a 25% off sale. So when you go to purchase this, you will get 25% off of the kit, and that will show up when you add it to your cart. Okay, you won't see it just right on the website. It'll show up on your cart. Okay, now I need to do bows, and I need to do my jute to hang that. Also I have raffia. Okay, so I need to tie a couple of bows, and then so while this glue is setting up on here, we can get our bows tied. So thank you guys for the prayers and all of that. I tell you, it's never fun I think I just need one. It is never fun to go through something like this, but I like to share. I don't share for pity. I share to help educate, and so maybe my experience will help someone else that's going through it, because I'm lucky that I have my daughter-in-law here every day, and we can bounce ideas and concerns off of each other. And normally I would just go, well, I'll just go in after work. But no, when you have a blood clot, it's pretty urgent to be seen right away. Okay, I'm just tying my little bows. I might have to do that smaller. So here's what it needs to look like. Okay, so yeah, I think it needs to be a little bit smaller. It's pretty important to get it taken care of so that you don't end up having a stroke, having to have somebody feed you and wipe your butt and all of that stuff. Yeah, that would not be a joyful thing to go through. All right, so I am gonna head out by about 9 o'clock, which it's like an hour and a half from now. I'm got all my stuff ready. I have all my boxes of my cutouts that I'm going to take to paint. I have lots of projects for my craft show that's coming up. I'm excited about that, and I just want to get a bunch of stuff done. And I'm going to be watching Lucy, because I love Lucy shows. And then I have so many videos up there to watch. Okay. I don't have Wi-Fi. I won't be doing any Facebook Lives while I'm up there. I won't be doing a Facebook Live on Monday. It's a holiday. I will be either driving back or just hanging out for another day. I'm going to play it by ear and see how I feel at that point. If I'm exhausted, then I'm going to wait another day to drive back. So if I feel okay, then I'll hit the road. But there'll be a lot of traffic going back home. Okay, there's that one. Okay, so next. And then I just grabbed whatever ribbon I had that I thought would look cute with it. So tie it just like you tie a regular bow. Okay. So isn't this fun? This is so cute. So my colors, I'll go over the colors again for you guys. My colors, the light pink is Vintage Pink. And then I used alizarin crimson to shade it. My green was Aloe, and I used Hauser medium green to shade it. And then my sunflower was Deep Ochre. The brown is milk chocolate. This is burlap. Okay, I think that's all the colors. And then black and white, of course. Okay, so I get my bow, and then I just kind of fiddle with it, get it the right size, kind of work it back and forth. This one's it's gonna be layered. So this is my bottom bow. Needs to be a little bit smaller. Yep. Yeppers. Okay, and I did get it approved through my doctor that I could go to high elevation. He said it will not hurt me at all. Just don't be doing a zip line. Don't be going on a Jeep ride. Don't be playing sports. Don't climb on ladders. All of the don'ts. I may not even go to my upstairs in the that's probably a little bit too big. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. I just kind of fiddle with it. You can always make it smaller, but you can't make it bigger. So I kind of just make it, and then I will work with it to see, do I need it smaller? Do I need it bigger? How long do my little little tails at the bottom need to be? So anyways, I did get approval from my doctor because I know there's concerns about, am I doing the right thing? Okay, now this is just going to go right on here, kind of on the tie. So I'm going to grab my, actually guys, let's do this. Let's put the string part, the jute part on first. Okay, so we have our hanger. It's just going to go through these two outside things. Hi, Jenny, how are you? Thank you. Sarah coming in late. Thank you so much. You're in Omaha getting your grandson, going to head back to your house. Oh, nice. 50th class reunion. How fun is that? That's awesome. I love that. So I think, Jenny and Sarah, you missed out on me telling my whole story. I have a blood clot in my calf, so I am on blood thinners for 3 months. So I will be, I have to be careful about things I do. Can't go and do ATV, can't do ziplining, none of that fun stuff for a little bit of time. Wait till I'm better. And preferably no rides like at Disneyland where you get thrown around and possibility of your head hitting the side. That would not be good. So anyways, that's what Darlene has going on in her life. Everything will be fine. I'm glad I figured it out without having any issues like a stroke. So you're great. You're going to the Strawberry Festival. How fun. No, I'm not wearing special socks. No. I would, yeah, I'm not. So I did ask him about that, and I have very large calves. It's hard to find some that are not too constricting. So for me, I just am taking the blood thinner, and it will break up the clot, and everything will be fine. I need to do this just a little bit shorter. Okay, I thought I had it, but yeah, so that was my fun yesterday. The entire day full of appointments, and it was a good ending. It was good to find out what was going on. So my only symptom was that I felt like I had a bruise in the back of my calf, and I just kept waiting for the bruise to appear because I was like, man, it must be really bruised because it hurts pretty bad. So it hurts like I got kicked, or like I hit my leg on something. Like I thought, did I hit my leg getting out of the Jeep? I just kept like racking my brain. How did I hurt the back of my calf? Yeah, I didn't. It's a blood clot. Yeah, but it will all be fine. 3 months of medication. I will be fine. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Me too. I'm not taking Coumadin. It is actually I think it's pronounced Xarelto. It's Xarelto for 3 months. So they used to have the type that you had to inject. This is pill form. So I don't have to do the injections. I don't have to have testing done. They said this is not the type where you have to test your levels. It's actually their preferred treatment now. So anyways, it'll be fine. No swinging from the chandeliers. Okay, we are done. They hurt like crazy. Yeah. Flying will be okay. Yeah, I will be flying next month. Yeah, it should be fine by then. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay, guys, we're done. I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna go and pack my clothes. I had the washer going, so I have my last load of clothes that I needed to take up with me. They're in the dryer, and gonna go fold everything, get all my food ready, and I'm gonna hit the door by 9 o'clock. That's my goal. All right, guys, I love it. It's so cute. I love all the other stuff. I won't bring it back up here. If you missed it, go to the first of my video, and I showed all the collection. It is oh so cute. And I have the garland hanging right here. Yeah. But anyways, I love you guys. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. You took after your, yeah, with Coumadin, yeah, you have to be tested. With this one, you don't. Because I asked, yeah. Yeah, not fun to go through this, but it is life. So like I said, it was either from the long travel or from COVID. Both can be risk factors, and back to back, it was like, yeah. So, all right, guys, I love you. Have a fantastic weekend. I will see you on Tuesday, and I'll probably just post a few things of the projects that I'm working on up at the cabin.